In this video, you're going to be learning about how and the best ways to reprogram your mind, even if you've come from a previous background that doesn't think it's possible for you to achieve what you want to achieve. Welcome back to another video. I'm Maximilian and I help people empower their lives. So reprogramming the mind is the most important thing if you've come from somewhere that doesn't understand the model of success. In your eyes, success is different for everyone. So if you don't understand the model of success and your family doesn't understand it and your friends don't understand it, then it's going to be hard for you to understand it yourself unless you go out and do the research, read the books, get all the knowledge and take it all in yourself, or even listen to different people. So the first one is affirmations and incantations. So an affirmation is something that you repeat to yourself over and over again, or you can write it down, and you can do it in your head or write it down, and it basically reprograms your mind by making you believe this, making you believe what you are writing down. Now the way you do it is, I am whatever. So I am happiness, I am love, I am freedom. Whatever you want to put after it, whatever you want to feel, whatever emotion you want to feel, then write it down after the I am. The two words I am are so important because this is talking about self. I, me, am, being. So my being is happiness. That's exactly what an affirmation is. And the more you do this, now admittedly, don't get me wrong, you can't just write a couple of affirmations and expect your life to change dramatically. But the more you do it, the more you reprogram your mind to do it, your set point will naturally be this affirmation. So allow your set point to become the affirmation, but make sure you give yourself time. So the other one is incantations. So affirmations are like that, and then an incantation is where you embody it and you feel it. So when you say it, you can shout it, you can scream it, you can just feel it, you can just say it. So I am happiness, I am love. Whatever you want to feel, make sure you embody it and actually feel the emotion at that time. And by all means, if you want to shout it from the rooftops, whatever you want to do. And what I call is incantations. So it's basically an incantation, but in your car. So for anyone that struggles to shout out loud in front of people, do your windows up, turn the music up, and just shout it. Shout exactly what you are. Don't care what people think about you when you're in your car, because they're going to see you and then they're going to go. So they're never going to see you again. That's the beauty of it. That's why I think this is the easiest one for absolutely everyone to do, because if you're on your own, then no one's going to say anything to you. You can be weird in your own skin, it doesn't matter, we're all weird, all of us, don't worry about it. And they really help you embody it and feel the emotion that you're giving out, the exact incantation that you're giving out, you will feel this. So the next one is listening to someone who is in a position that you want to be in. So let's say, for example, you wanted to be a doctor. You wouldn't listen to a mechanic about how to be a doctor. You wouldn't listen to a vet on how to become a scientist. There's so many different things, and people listen to people that aren't in the right position that they want to be in, yet they still take advice from them. So for example, if you want to get in a good relationship and you are someone who's been divorced 5 times, everyone says that he's a horrible person or she's a horrible woman, he's a horrible man, she's a horrible woman, and he tells you or she tells you advice and says, don't ever get married, worst thing I ever did. Why would you listen to someone who's failed at something? That is literally like listening to someone who has tried to start 10 businesses, is in £1 million debt, and you're taking business advice rather than Richard Branson, someone who's clearly a very successful businessman and has made billions. So listen to someone who is in a position that you want to be in to reprogram your mind, because otherwise you're going to get the wrong advice, and the wrong advice will lead to the wrong action, and the wrong action will lead to the wrong outcome, and then you're never going to progress if you're getting the wrong advice and taking the wrong action. So I always say that action is the most important thing, but the wrong action will be painful. And if you're doing a lot but doing the wrong action of a lot, then you're going to feel pain, and that would be one of the worst feelings to feel. So make sure you're taking the right action and listening to the right person. So with reprogramming your mind, listening to the right people, also the best thing to do is by reading and listening to the right audios. So this is why I listen to audiobooks every day. This is why I listen to YouTube videos every day. Whatever I can find, I listen to, because my way of learning, I don't prefer to read too much. I much prefer to listen. So I can listen to a book rather than read a book, and I can get through it a lot quicker because that's how I learn. Everyone learns differently. Find what works best for you, but allow yourself to learn in a way that is fun. I generally like to watch the videos and write things down. Some people like to read a book. They can get themselves into the story, they can feel the story. So by all means do that if that works for you, but make sure you're always reprogramming your mind with the right knowledge. So this comes back to the listening to someone in the right position, because if you're listening to the right knowledge from a person or a video or an audio or a book, then you're going to be getting the right information, allowing you to take the right action. And the right action with the right mindset will get you the right results. So after you've done all of that, listen to people who have stories. Listen to people who was in the same position as you are now. Because when you listen to it and you see that they were able to do it, then you do believe it's possible. Because people don't believe it's possible until they go out and do it themselves. So it's like Wayne Dyer says, don't believe it. No, you need to believe it before you can see it. So you can't just see it first then believe it. You've got to believe it first to then receive it and see it. See what I'm saying? So understand that you've got to listen to these stories. You've got to listen to someone who was in a position of, let's say you're a single parent, you've been working a job your whole life, and you want to achieve a business, you want to run a business. Find someone who's done exactly that and listen to exactly what they've done, and understand that it is possible and it can be done. Because someone who listens to my story might not relate to me, but my story is completely different, but I'm still portraying the same message. It's just come from a different point of view, and someone can't relate to that. Whereas some other people can really relate to my story and understand that that's how they want to do it, and that they can do it, because it don't matter where you've been, it don't matter what your past is, where you are, who you've been, what you've done in the past. You can always change and always grow and get better and help more and more people through your life. And the last one is stop listening to the norm and society. They always tell you that this is the way to live, this is how you should do it. And be one of them people, be one of the people that goes out and does it differently. Don't copy what everyone else does, because if you speak to, right, I'll give you this thing. Speak to 100 people, or 10 people, however many you want to speak to. Do more than 10 at least. And see where they are in life and ask them if they're happy. The amount of people that you'll get telling you a straight answer of, yes, I absolutely love what I do, will maybe be 10%, if that. I'd say 5 to 1% if you're lucky. So that's why I'd say do more than 10, so that you can get more of an average. But a lot of people, they say that they're happy, but well, they don't even say that they're happy. A lot of them, they always moan about their job, they moan about what they're doing, because they're not happy doing what they're doing, because they haven't seen what else you can do. Now, you can go out and do whatever you want to do, but first you've got to reprogram your mind to find out that it's possible. And a great way to stop listening to the norm and society is stop reading the newspaper, stop listening to negative news, stop speaking to negative people, and if you do, just block it out. The way that I did it, I couldn't even block it out, so I just completely left people that would tell me that my dreams weren't possible, people that would tell me that it's not going to happen and I should go back and do what's normal. And yet that never got me anywhere. I was still in the same position when I was going back and doing what was normal. But when I started listening to the right people rather than the society's normal, I started to get better results. I started to meet new people. I started to do a lot better. I started to portray my message a lot better. So understand that the society's normal is grow up, go to school, get a job, get a house, have a family, retire and die. That's their normal. So understand that shouldn't be the normal. Your normal should be go to school, get an education, or a form of education. So I do agree with school to a degree, but I don't agree with some of what they do, and I do think the school system will change eventually. But you've got to understand that it's going to take a bit of time, and there's still things that we do need to learn that are vital, but there's still things that I would add in that are even more vital, even just how to be a normal person, how to be happy, how to have social skills, and just them type of things that should be added in that aren't added in yet, but they will get added in eventually. And I think it's definitely a thing that needs to be done and needs to be said by when more and more people start talking about this, it will start to happen, and things come in all the time, and it's all about bringing these things into the education system. So stop listening to people that are telling you it's not possible, because it is possible. It's possible to do whatever you want to do, and it's been done by so many people. Just trust me and read stories, read people's biography, read Tony Robbins' story, read Richard Branson's story, read anyone's story, and you'll understand that it never starts out big. How did Apple start? How did Disney start? How did Amazon start? They all started in a garage, yet now they're 3 of the biggest companies in the world. Because they had a vision, they believed in themselves, they got around the right people, and they didn't listen to the people telling them that it wasn't possible, and they didn't go back to get the normal job because it was a safe option, because it's not a safe option, because if you think about it, tomorrow you could always get fired from your job and then you're not safe. And then you've still got to pay for your house, you've still got to pay for your car, you've still got to pay for your lifestyle. So I understand that some people do have to get a job and you have to pay for your bills and things like that. Do that if you have to do that, because I completely agree with it. But if you have the freedom to not do that, then go and start something that is possible. Go start a YouTube channel, go and start a business, go and do something that is out of the norm. You can generally make 6-7 figures a year by just being on Instagram. There's so many different things that you can do, and people just haven't seen it before. If you actually laid out, I was talking to a friend earlier, and if you actually laid out the statistics of how much people are earning through Instagram, that probably trumps the majority of jobs out there by tenfold, because all they're doing is taking pictures and taking videos. So anything in this day is completely possible. Like, this was not possible for me to do this video many years ago, but now it is very possible. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, like, and if you want to subscribe, please subscribe. But thank you, and wait for the next video.